Hello, everybody. Welcome to TinaTalks show. It's me, your host, Adamwachiku. Thank you so much. If this is your first time of coming to this channel, I want to say it's a pleasure having you. And if you are a returning guest, maybe you are my big fans, a big follower. I want to say to you, it's a great honor, a great privilege that you continue to support me. Listen, if you don't tune in to watch, if you're not here with me, I can't not do it. So listen, thank you so much. And if you are just tuning in, maybe just passing by, this is the channel you want to continue to come, because on this channel is the channel that I've dedicated, put up to bring people like yourself. Yes, people like yourself to come up and share those your amazing story. You see, sometimes in life we wonder what is it that we want to pass on to somebody. There's this thing inside of us that want us to share. We want to tell somebody, we want to teach people what we have learned in the process of life. But we wonder, what is that? Listen, the greatest knowledge you can pass to anyone, the greatest legacy that you can leave behind is the story, is the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom that you gather in the process of life. When you pass this on to anybody, the society, in a group, in a community, to your children, your family, your friends, that is the greatest that will never fade. It will never pass on. It goes on from generation to generation. That is what will motivate them. That is what will inspire them. That is what will encourage them. And this is exactly what my next guest, all the way from France, is in France at the moment, and he have decided to come and share his journey. You see, sometimes we see great men and we wonder, sometimes we wish, I want to be like this person. I want to do what they do. How were they able to do it? See, every great man that you see today, what journey, there's a story behind it. And I do personally believe that the beauty of who you are, yes, you that is watching me, the beauty, what makes you beautiful is the story behind you, is what you've been through that has shaped you today. And this is exactly what my next guest, all the way from France today, is going to be sharing how he become this journey, his humble beginning. You see, on the flyer, in case you've seen that, how he drove Okada to fund his first studio. Like, listen, you don't want to miss this. So stay tuned, and he'll be sharing all these amazing, things with us. But before that, let's take a break. Hey, listen, welcome back to Tina. Welcome back. Thank you so much for that short break. Now, without much of ado, I'm going to bring my next guest by the name Steve B, or Steve B.I. He's going to clear that with us today. I call him, I say Steve B, but I'm not sure if it's Steve B.I. So he's going to help us to understand that. Now, listen, as always, before I bring him up, I would want to give you guys a little glimpse of who he is, what he does. Okay, as always. So just take a look at this.
Joe's on the beat.
You're the woman of my dreams, baby. The only one I love, baby. The only one I need, baby. Baby. Come on in and let me take all the lead, baby. You sleeping on my knees, baby. So when me and you, baby. Give the girl, you say this love way I get me gonna let you down. They don't feel like I'm lying. The feeling that I got is true. In my mind every day now you. Don't risk it to flush it down. We chilling now. We flexing now. We balling now. Everything my life be my.
Okay, guys, yes, you see this particular, we can always later, it's going to live with us, it's going to leave us with where we can continue to watch it. You can even download it and play it on every platform, in every party. Listen, let's hear from him. There's so much packed today. Okay, so all the way from France, without wasting much of our time, let us bring Steve B on the show. Hey, what's up? What's up, Steve B? How are you? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. Nice seeing you. How's the weather over there in France?
Oh, we just have a sunny day. It hits. Places are really hot over here, so
Yeah, I can see
you know
that by
we're entering summer right now, so I think places
yeah,
are really hot.
yeah, I can see that by your outfit. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when it's really hot, like you can't even put on a lot of clothes. So yeah,
yeah.
well done, Steve B. I want to
Yeah.
start by saying, it's a pleasure having you come on Tina Talk Show.
Same
I
here, same
know
here.
that you are a very, very busy man out there, but taking the time to actually come and tell us the part that we don't know. I am not taking this for granted, so I want to say thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you.
Same here, Tina. Same
Yeah.
here. First of all, I want to start by appreciating you for bringing me on your platform. You know, we really need much more platforms like this, especially here in the Europe, in this Europe, we understand. We really need more of where we can express ourselves. By
Mm.
the way, my real name's Frank Steve Echu, and I'm from the English region of Cameroon, and my stage name is Steve B. Mm,
Yeah,
so, as you all know, I'm into music. So,
great, Stephen. We're going. Thank you so much for that. Brief introduction. I didn't catch your real name. Can you say it again?
okay, my real names are Fang. Fang is a
Frank.
name from the northwest region of Cameroon. Fang is a
Ah,
traditional name from the northwest region of Cameroon. Fang,
Frank.
that's Feng. I know it sounds strange to you because this is your first time. It's like a Chinese name, right?
Yeah, I love to learn. That's why I'm asking. I want to learn. What does it mean? What does it mean? What's the connotation?
um, Fang. I don't really know the meaning, but most members of my family answer this name, Fang.
Is it
And
something?
when I tell these white people here that my name is Fang, they are like, "Are you a Chinese? Do you come from China?" Because you know Chinese people also get the name Fang.
Yeah,
So
fine.
Fang
It's
Steve.
beautiful.
Steve is my English name, and Echu. Those
Mm.
are my three names.
Amazing. I mean, sometimes I remember back in the days growing up, there's these names that my grandparents answer, and I always
Yeah,
like, what does this mean? What does this
yeah.
mean? And then they would say, we don't know what it means. Those days they would just think of something and then they would just give their child, and you're like, what does that mean? So it means something to the person who gave it. But like, okay, all right, anything.
Maybe it means something to them, but I didn't
Yeah,
ever have the time to ask them the meaning of the name.
yeah,
So
of course, of course. Amazing, Steve. Now, today we're going to be talking a lot about, looking at, I'm going to kind of take you back. So if you
okay,
are, so, I'll be happy if you can let, allow me go back with you to the past and
okay,
look at what is there.
okay.
You're growing up, a lot of people see the great work. By the way, your work, your artwork, your craft out there is amazing.
Thank
Audience,
you,
I'm going to be playing some of this,
thank you.
and he's going to live with us where we can go and play. You see, I never knew that we have so much great artists from Europe, before now. My show has really exposed me that, oh my God,
Yeah,
people are killing it in Europe, and the world they need to be recognized for the great
exactly.
that they are doing. So now we're going to look at your the part that I always like. How was your growing up like? Do you have siblings, brothers, sisters, and mom and dad, something like that?
By growing up, I had no siblings. Yeah. To
Wow.
go straight to the point, my mother
Yeah.
gave birth
I,
to me.
I I need to see your face down, like I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I need to see
Okay.
your head. That's it. That's it.
Is
Thank
that
you.
okay?
Yeah, yeah. Better.
Okay. All right. Like I was saying, my
Yeah.
parents gave birth to me alone. I have never experienced the love of a sibling, except cousins and some other family relatives. But I'm the only child of my parents, and my father died when I was still a child. So growing up just with my mother, and she later passed away when I was like 13 years of age, like 13 or 14. Yeah,
Oh,
13, 13
wow.
going to 14. So from there, I had to take my journey into my hands. I had to take my life into my hands because African people, most of them believe that they have to take care just to their direct kids. So when you
Mm,
are not from this kind of family that have their sisters at heart or their brothers at heart, when they
mm.
die, at the end of the day, there is nobody to watch over their kids, and I'm an example of that. Yes, I'm an example of that. When my mother passed away, I was like stranded in the streets. At the age of
Um,
13, 14, I grew up all by myself, and here we are
more,
today.
amen. Oh, wow. Is filled with you know, sadness, and also, I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting. But like you said, we here today. How old were you when mom passed away?
Yeah, my mom passed away when I was 13 years, going to 14.
13,
Yeah,
14.
13 going to 14. That was when she died.
How was
Yeah.
this experience for you? It must be hard.
It's a kind of experience that I would not even wish my enemy to go through.
Oh,
Being left in a world when you are still a juvenile with no experience in the world, and you have to do your things by yourself. You have to go to a city that nobody knows you,
mm,
and you have to start living in an environment where place will be going darker and you have nowhere to sleep.
mm,
It's really horrible. Yeah, in Cameroon we say Nangaboko. Nangaboko are those people who don't have somewhere to sleep, and I
see.
experienced that. You
Wow.
understand, and that's something I don't even wish my enemy to experience. As a child, to experience this kind of things, it's really
Mm,
bad because it can convert the child either to become a thief, or
mm,
there are many boys out there that can influence this kind of child with no parents to guide this kind of child. But I thank God that even though I had too many bad friends around, but I never lose my senses because the words my mother used to always tell me stick in my head, and I never
mm,
let those words leave me, depart from me.
mm,
Those
mm.
words have kept me going until today.
Oh, amen. That's what they say. If you're a parent watching this right now, that's what they say. Tell a child, teach a child the way he should go. So when he grows, he will not depart from it. So every parent, even like myself, yourself, whatever we think is valuable, we teach them, because we don't know when we're going to go. And when we go, those things we think maybe later I'll tell them when they grow up to understand. I'll tell them, no, tell them now, tell them now. They might not understand, but it's there, it's stored in their memory. And when they need it, they go there and get it. Wow, amazing. So, how did you cope? Like, were you, because you are the only one, no siblings to kind of cling to? So, did you go to any family member to stay? Or did
Yeah,
anyone run?
yeah. Actually, I don't really want to discredit them because I had some few aunties who really had me at heart, but by then they were also struggling with their lives. So even when I go close to them, I had this big vibe. When I go close to them, I realize that nothing is happening here, and I'm this kind of person that I hate being in somewhere that nothing is happening. I always love to be in places that things are happening because I feel it in me that I have to be in places where things are happening. So when I go around them, I always see this kind of managing. They are managing with their own lives, and
Hmm.
I'm like, what's happening here? Why don't I just go out and face my life? But the real, like my auntie, my mother, elder sister, the one that she really left me with. You know, at times, women, when you get married, you tend to listen much to your husband, and due to
Mm,
that, some husbands don't love your families, and that's a really big issue when that happens. So
mm,
some of my aunts, they were married, their husband were like, we can't, if I take care of this boy now and tomorrow when he grows up, he's not gonna look at me like his father. All this kind of greed kind of mindset.
mm,
So the people who could really stand for me didn't, and the ones who loved me never had enough to help me with. So that was
mm,
just the situation I was trapped in between when
mm.
it comes to my family. Yeah,
Wow. Wow, amazing. I love when you said, it's not like I don't want to discredit them,
yeah,
but at the same time, it shows me that you have come to have a deeper
yeah,
understanding of what life is all about now. Those that were supposed to help, they
yeah,
couldn't help you as much as they should, and the one that would really, really love to didn't have enough
yeah,
to help you.
yeah,
So now going through, I can only but in fact, not I can't even, it's not even me saying I can only imagine. I think I can relate because I went through difficult time growing up myself. So that is why I can easily sometimes some guests just share their story with me and I'm just crying with them because I can feel it. I can relate. Growing up, not having anyone around. I know what it feels like. In my case, everyone was around me, but still I felt rejected. I felt neglected. I felt alone. So sometimes loss or pain, we feel it differently, but
yeah,
pain is pain, but can come in different forms, in different shape.
yeah.
Wow. Um, okay. Now, so tell us, there was this part I was privileged to hear from you that you shared with me already. You know how to like go out there and riding Okada and doing something to kind of. So what were you doing even before riding Okada? Were you kind of like out now into the streets and so how were you surviving? Did you take the bull by the horn and say, you know what, I need to be on the street. I need to go and hustle for my life.
About that, actually, I was this kind of kid that I love school so much. I love to be educated back then. I
Wow.
really, when my mother passed away and there was nobody to send me to school, when I see students or children, my classmates going to school, this always used to affect me mentally because I
Mm.
knew if my mother was alive, she would have done everything possible for me to have the school uniform on and go to school just like my mates.
Mm.
So when this happened, I didn't just go straight in riding Okada. One of my far relatives, he looked
Mm.
at me and he knew my mom back then and he said, no, I will take his son and send him to school. So when he sent me to school, and the first time, after being for about 3 years without going to school, the first time I went to school, I took first.
Mm.
And when I took first, I came back home. It's like his wife, if I could really remember, his wife really was not really happy about it. She wasn't happy about it like I expected. So I realized that maybe and from there, her attitude towards me, of course, I was living with them by then, her attitude towards me was starts changing.
Mm.
And I was like, what's happening here? Then for me to come and be a problem between these people marriages, that was when I had to leave.
Wow.
When I leave, I was now working in this place, car wash. We call it in Cameroon laverie. The French name of it is laverie, car wash.
Mm.
So when I was working in laverie as a child, maybe 15, 16 years, I was
Mm.
working in this laverie when these boys bring their bike to wash. I'll use the money I've worked and I'll give you the money, I'll use the bike, and it was sweet.
Mm.
Riding bike for your first time, and all the time I'll work during the week and use all the money to give them to ride their bike. So from
Mm.
there I started getting addicted to it, and I realized that these guys are making money out of it. So the school, at the other hand, my uncle wife was not happy about my first position in the class, and I didn't want to be the cause of their problem. I didn't want, because by then my eyes were already open
Did they
somehow.
have, yeah, sorry, did they have their own children at this time? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah,
are just taking face like you brilliant more
yeah,
than the kids, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. I had that
No, no, no.
experience
They
as
didn't have
well.
they, no they didn't have these grown up kids by then. They had just a little, but she felt this insecurity. Like if I'm too intelligent, a lot of resources will need to be invested in me, and maybe she never
Ah,
wanted it that way.
ah.
Yeah. So I because I used to, I'm this kind of person that when I'm into situations, I used to feel and think as somebody else thinks. So when I
Mm.
wrap my brain around it, I realized that this is the situation I'm trapped in between. I had to
That's
leave.
what, that's what they call wisdom.
Yeah.
That's wisdom. Yes.
Yeah. So I had to leave. That was when I started riding the bike up and down, up and down. Before I knew it, I was on the bike riding too for commercial for commercial needs. So this was all happening in Moyoka, and Moyoka was just a little city in the English part of Cameroon. So
Mm.
nothing will really happen in that little city. So I had to move to Kumba.
Mm.
This city
Mm.
is close to Nigeria. Kumba. There are a lot
Okay.
of Nigeria there. There's even a street in the city called Ibokwata. That's Igbo Street.
Igbo Street. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I got there, that was when, from all onset, I already knew I had this gift of singing. So when I got there, I realized that there were boys who shows, things were happening there. They had shows, and each time I pass, I see their show. I always stop my bike and I will not walk for about 1 hour. I will just stand there and be watching at these guys on the stage doing this show. And there was something deep within me telling me that you can do this thing,
Mm.
not more than them, because more than them is like you're trying to put them low and put yourself up. But there was something within me who tells me, that always tells me I can do this thing too, and I can do it perfectly well. So,
Mm.
and I just kept on believing in myself, believing in myself. That was how I was on my bike and also had the vision of doing music.
Mm. Wow, amazing. This
Like,
is so amazing. We're going to take a very, very short break. Just few
okay,
seconds to
okay,
come back.
Hello, guys. This is your boy London Speg. I've been here chilling with Tina Talk Show. Tina Talk Show is a show that you will never ever regret to watch. Please, if you want to enjoy any talk show all the way to Tina Talk Show, just follow Tina Talk Show. You will never regret it. We just had an amazing interview. If you want to know more about this interview, just go and follow Tina Talk Show on.
Yeah, what's up, my people? It's your boy Pizzy. You already know. Go follow Tina Talk Show on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, we just have our interview just now. We just have interview with her. We just done chatting, and she's a nice lady. Go follow her and find out why I say so.
Hello, guys. This is your boy London Speg. I've been here chilling with Tina Talk Show. Tina Talk Show is a show that.
Okay, welcome back, audience. Thank you so much for that short break. Now, thank you so much, Steve B. So far for what you shared with us is so like in my heart, like
my
thank you.
pleasure.
That is why I love to take people back so that we can actually see what's there, what's the beauty of this guy. Now I want to know, at what point or stage in your life did you say, you know what, music is for me, like I want to do music? How did you discover this? How did it happen for you to know that? Because somebody might be watching right now and they know it's in them, but they don't know what it is,
Yeah.
and you have discovered yours. At what point did you say, you know what, this is my calling, this is my purpose, and I want to pursue it?
When my mother, like when I was still a child, when my mother was still alive, we're living in the city of Limbe, and I realized that I love music too much. I listen to music more than an ordinary person. I can listen to
Mm.
music from morning to night. I don't get tired. I realized that there was something different about me when it comes to music. So, and I had my friends back then who used Quick David, and by then Quick David was ringing. We had and Boys to Men, B2K. We used their songs and we start combining the songs together and singing them, telling our friends that these are songs that we wrote ourselves. You understand?
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
even though it wasn't in line, the melody, everything was off key, off this, everything was off, but we kept on taking it, singing it to our friends back then. That, listen to this, my song, and those like compliment. I was like, hey, it's good, it's good, it's good. But now when I realized that all those things were doing wrong, that makes me laugh. And after that, maybe short while after that, my mother passed away. When I was living with my auntie Moyoka, when I go to the stream to fetch water, I always realize that when nobody's in the stream, because I'm this kind of introverted kind of person. When nobody's in
Mm,
the stream, I'll always like be singing songs that doesn't exist. They pops
wow.
on in my brain, and I'll just be singing with my eyes closed. Until one day, one man even came and made me sing with my eyes closed. He approached me
Mm,
until he was right in front of me. I didn't even notice. When
wow.
he shouted, I shook and he said, "Oh, it's
Wow.
like you love to sing." He told me that I should keep on singing. So
Mm,
from there, growing up, I realized that there was this thing about music within me, but I had
mm,
to just keep it at the side because I also realized that to do music, you need money, you need a lot of resources to do music. You can't just get up one morning and say, I'm an artist. How are you going to pay your studio bills? How are you going to get your videos seen by the public? How are you going to
mm,
get your songs heard? All these things need money. So I realized I had this gift, and at the other hand, I also realized that this thing needs a lot of money. If you don't get signed by a label, if you want to be on your own, you need money to fund yourself. So that
mm.
was why from then I had to keep it aside and face the hustling.
Wow.
That was when I realized about the music from childhood. I realized I had this
Okay.
gift of music.
Amazing. Amazing. See, when something is inside, when you're born to this,
Yeah,
even when nobody's watching, you see
yeah,
yourself doing it. You see
yeah,
yourself doing it. Before
yeah,
I start to do a lot of things that I do, people that I do now in my life, sometimes I'll just imagine,
yeah,
I'm in audience. Sometimes I'll
exactly.
just imagine I'm just there speaking, and I'm just by myself. I'll just have this imagination. It's because it's inbuilt.
Yeah,
Maybe you're watching right now and you are still wondering, what is my purpose? You see that thing in your life, that thing that just make you gives you butterfly, that thing that just make you can keep you sleepless night, that you keep thinking about it. Just like Steve mentioned, when he would drive past where they're doing, people are singing and making music, just stop and just there's something about him that get drawn to them all the time, even when nobody's there. He can hear himself singing, coming up with melodies that he doesn't even know where they're coming from. So you could be experiencing something like that. It could be not necessarily as an artist, it could be something else that when nobody's with you, you keep imagining doing that thing. That could just be your purpose. Now you mentioned something to me about going to church and trying to sing, and no one believed your voice. Nobody believed that you could do it. And listening to you, knowing what you do now, and oh my God, there's a place where you sang. I'm gonna show it later, audience. Where I said this guy is. I need to hear from him. You know. So tell me, what happened? What happened with the church? Because a lot of artists, they begin from church and church never believe them. Yeah, go on.
the problem, yeah, the problem with the church is I've been in the church for a very long time. The problem with the church is the love already made. That's the
Mm,
problem with the church. That's why you see when these guys leave the church, they come to the streets. They barely go back to the church.
yeah,
You understand? Church is
yeah.
the love already made. When you go to the church and they hand the mic to you, I do hallelujah, those are kind of alips.
Yeah,
Once you are able to do all those ones, they keep you aside, and they are unable to see. Even though they claim that most of them are visionists, but they are always unable to see
to
the
see the
gift,
potential. Yeah,
yeah, the potential in someone. Because
mm,
when I was in the church and they were singing, it was somehow difficult for me. Someone who had been singing the secular kind of songs, and all of a sudden you had to switch. You had to switch to start singing hallelujah. I know it's not everybody that is good at that. And if you are not good
yeah,
at that, it doesn't mean you're a bad singer.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
something they fail to understand. So when I
Yeah.
was with them, normally not as if they kept me out. They took me in the choir.
Mm.
They took me like one of them, but um uh, they didn't really give me the kind of attention, and I couldn't blame them because they are not
Mm.
God. They are also human beings like I. So they didn't really give me, despite the effort I always try to bring in writing songs. And when I present my songs to them, that this they pay less attention and they prefer to take songs from Snatch, Frank Edward, and all those American guys. And they fail to believe in the person that is right there with them at the
There with
moment.
them.
So
Mm.
I realized that they are too much short-sighted
Mm.
and they are full of Holy Spirit. And I'm sorry to
They
say,
what? They what? Say it again. They're full of what?
full of Holy Spirit.
That's
I'm
a,
not that
that's
kind
a
of.
funny way to put it. I think like you just said the right word before. They are short-sighted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They are short-sighted. No, if they are really truly full of the Holy Spirit,
yeah,
they would see it.
yeah,
They will be able
yeah.
to see it. So they're not full of spirit. Because
What can I
you,
say? Because if
I
I say they
know,
were not
I
full of
know.
spirit, that means I'm dismissing what they were saying back then. So I just want to stick with what
So
they were
that
saying.
I know what you
I
mean.
wasn't
They are
spiritual.
too they are too they are too into the thing that they can't
Yeah,
even see
yeah,
us. They are too into whatever it is that they are doing that they can't
yeah,
even see the potentials. They
yeah,
might be looking at Sinach and all that. They don't know that another Sinach is right there in the house.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know they want to see if that person will come and sing. They don't know that they have such thing. It's
yeah.
really unfortunate that a lot of good people, artists out there cannot go back because they were not
Yeah,
harnessed.
once you remember the experience, it doesn't really motivate you to go back. Once
Yeah.
you record the experience, there are no motivations that, like, for instance, now if I sat down and I rethink of how I used to have a studio section with my friends, I miss those moments because they give everybody equal opportunity on the beat. So
Mm,
I always used to meet. But when you sit and you recall the experience you had in the choir, it doesn't really give you this motivation. I say, how I wish I go back to my choir and start singing with these people. They have
mm,
to. I think the choir, those people in the choir, needs to change their ways because
that
at the end of
ways.
the day, when people leave the church, they end up not coming back. We can
Mm,
mention a whole
which
lot
is
of them.
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. They should change the way that they do it. Now that you mentioned about your friends,
yeah,
they were, singing together, and you guys have this like let's do it.
mm,
And there was a time in this process where some of them gave up,
yeah,
but you kept running, you kept going. Now, what was it that was happening? What kept you going? Even when, because there's somebody might be watching right now, they are in a group trying to,
yeah.
pick it, and then somebody is falling away and they are almost falling away. So what kept you not falling away and giving up? Because you did mention how you
Yeah.
realize that you need money, you need some studio fees, you need all those
Yeah.
things to promote yourself. But while you were in the group, I want to know what was that kept you going, and tell us a little bit about this group and how it was for you, your experience with them.
Okay, back then in Kumba, we had this group. My friends and I, we came together. Before I even met them, they had the vision of the group. So when I joined them, we had to put it into reality. The group was called Rush Time Entertainment, and we all
Mm,
love music. But along the line, you start realizing something, that
mm,
even though you guys are into this field of music, not every person in the group have this same feelings that you have. Like if you are in a group out there watching me right now, you might be in a group, dancing group, no matter, it doesn't matter the category of the group, but if you are in a group, you have to understand that at times your vision you have in a group, don't think every other person in the group have the same vision. But even
Mm.
when it comes to
Wow, that's
contribution,
talk, wisdom.
yes, even when it comes to contribution, you see that you'll be fast to remove your money to contribute in stuff, but there are some people who will be like feeling reluctant to contribute. Why? Because they have their own vision. Some of them are doing it for swag. Youths, our youth age, everybody wants the girls around to see them that they're into this. I know music is that kind of flashy kind of
Mm.
stuff. So when we're in the group back then, little me, I thought all of us had the same vision, but as time goes on, I realized that all of all of us didn't have the same vision, because some of them, I realized that some of them are into this music thing because of women. Some
Mm.
of them were into this music thing to extract money from their parents or from their family relatives. So
Mm.
I start to realize that even though we are into this same thing, but most of us, we have our different
Motive,
motive.
different.
Yeah, we have our
Mm.
different motive.
Wow.
So when I realized this, and I start to realize that if I want to stick with these people, I'm going nowhere.
Mm.
And
Wow.
that was when I start cultivating the idea of coming to Europe. The
Mm.
main reason, the real reason that really inspired me to leave Cameroon to Europe is not like the hustling that much. It's the music, because I realized that if I get myself in Europe, I'll have a job, I'll get paid, and I'll have enough money to take care of myself and fund my career.
Yeah.
So that was when I started drafting my plans. Once I realized that not everybody in the group had the same vision, but there were also guys in the group who had the zeal to sing music, and they are still doing it till today.
Mm.
Like if Bobi gets to see this video, he's there doing music, and some of them have left it, but some of them are just still doing it. So that was when I had to leave them. When I left, I came here. I told them, Hafa, I don't think I'll be able to continue with the group, because the group is taking me nowhere.
Mm.
There's something my mother always used to tell me, that every year in, take a time, sit alone, and rethink about your life. Within this year, what have you achieved with this set of
Mm.
friends that you've been keeping? They have been keeping John, Peter, and this and this. What are your achievements with this set of friends? And if you realize that you are not moving forward with this cycle, you have to change the cycle. At
Yes.
times, you don't
Yes.
even need to change the circle, because not all of us came into this world to fit in. Some of us came into this world to stand out. So
Yes. Ooh, I love that. Just got goosebumps. Ooh.
so
Oh, that,
when I
can you
got
say that
there,
again? I just got goosebumps. That is, woo. Please say that again. Say that again, Chris. Say that again. Some of us what?
like if you are in a circle and you realize that you are not achieving, nothing is changing in your life in this circle, you can change a circle if there's a need to change it. But you have to also understand that not every human being is that came into this world to fit in a circle. Some of us
Mm,
came into this world not to fit in, but to stand out. But that doesn't mean that people who are in the circle are wrong. But
yes.
some of us don't just need to be in circles, because the
You
energy is
just
too high
that,
to be in
that is
circles.
that is so profound. That is so true. And when people begin to understand this, then you see that you are not in competition with anyone.
Yeah, yeah,
Even though you are in the circle, does not mean you are not relevant.
yeah,
Those that stand
exactly.
out does not mean that they are more unique than you.
Yeah.
It simply means everyone has
Everybody have different kind of
calling.
vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone,
different kind of
yes,
vibes.
everyone have different vibes. Everyone have what
Yeah,
it is that they've come to do. There are some people that are made that are made I mean, everyone, a leader.
like for instance, to even make an example, there are artists that we hear them when they were in the group. When they broke out from the group, we never heard of them again. And there are
Exactly.
people when they were in the group, we never heard of them. When they left, we start hearing about them.
That is that now that is the importance of being in the right circle.
Yeah, yeah,
Woo! That's
yeah,
my boy. That's a
yeah.
good one. That means that is what this shows that you could be doing something until you are in the right circle, until you are in the right with the right people to ignite you.
Exactly.
Sometimes you are in a group, they only hear about one person in the group more.
Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah,
at a typical example. Look at Michael Jackson. May his
yeah.
soul rest in peace.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
Jackson 5.
the Jackson 5.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson was with the 5,
yeah,
but he was the one that was born to stand
yeah,
out.
exactly.
It does not mean that the brothers were not born to stand out, but we can
Yeah,
see that he was different.
yeah, he
You
was
know,
different.
and
Absolutely.
the brothers in their own respective life, they're
Yeah,
doing well. But Michael was the one that was born to stand out of the
yeah,
box.
yeah.
You know, so that is a very profound word you just dropped there for us. Thank you so super much for that. You see, that's why I love what I do, because you
Yeah,
I learn. I'm learning. I'm tapping. Guys, I hope you guys are tapping. That's what
yeah.
now.
Learning
How
always
to
always
start to
end.
tap. Say
Our
it again.
learning process on earth ends in the grave. Once you are breathing, learning is a continuous process. Till when you see your 6 feet. So once you claim I know too much, that's your end. Yeah, once you feel I know more than this person, I know more than this person, your end has come. But
Wow.
once you are in life and you are conscious of learning is a continuous process on a daily basis, you get to download more, because even me, as I'm talking to you now, I learned something today. When I went out, I learned something new, so something I never knew about. So learning is a continuous process, because even in this music, these guys that we are looking at them today, we admire them. Michael Jackson, and even Wizkid from Africa, Davido, Burna Boy, Chris Brown from America, Ed Sheeran in all these niggas, they learn on a daily basis, because what to the music changes.
Mm,
Even dance steps changes. In those days we do break dance, but today you see we have different kind of move. In those days the kind of songs they sing. So once you open your brain and you realize that you don't know too much, you are just a little human being on this planet, and you
mm,
are open to learning, you realize that you keeps on evolving, you keeps on this thing about you keeps on growing, because you are open in
mm,
learning, you are open to learn.
mm. Wow.
Yes, you understand. So
Wow.
that's the thing that has kept me going, is learning. I don't know. I don't know. If I meet new people, I don't talk too much, because I
Wow.
believe that even if I meet a mad person today, there's something to learn from that mad person.
Bless you.
Yes.
Wow.
You don't
Amazing.
just go and meet new people and start claiming to know too much. You
Mm.
settle down, you
I
observe.
like, I like, I like that thing you said. You know
Yeah.
what? I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
don't know. I don't know.
I love that. When you realize that you don't know,
Yeah.
you'll be open to learning more.
Yeah.
But when you think I know, you will never be open to learning.
Yeah.
Audience, I don't know about you, but me, I'm tapping. No, I'll be a tapping.
Okay,
Tapping. They say
the Europe.
great men are not only known for having money. Great men
Yeah.
are people with wisdom.
Yeah.
And the things you are saying here, I always say, I've come to see that musicians, artists, they are very spiritual kind of people. They are very spiritual, because just like you just
Yeah.
highlighted, every time you see music change, you constantly looking at what is going on, what is happening with the world, what is
Yeah.
going on, and then you get this vision, and incorporate. You have to bring something to suit, so you constantly evolving. You guys are constantly evolving. Amazing. Like
Constantly.
great. This is great. Audience, now I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to listen to one of his songs called True Feelings, okay? So that they can see some of your art, some of your craft. Audience, enjoy this one.
Up Joe's on the beat.
You're the woman of my dreams, baby. The only one I love, baby. The only one I need, baby. Baby. Come on in and let me take all the lead, baby. You sleeping on my knees, baby. So when me and you, baby. If that guy you say this love way I get, we can let you down. They don't say I like them lie. The feeling all I got is true. In my mind every day, now don't risk it to flush it down. We chillin' now, we flexing now, we ballin' now. Everything my life be my I pity other by my way they put that for my cause now you they make me high and now that's why you they make me get my mind. If them tell you say I gotta let you down, if you have a dream so I make you cry, so I say make kuma water carry me go, make it carry me go, make kuma water carry me go, make the water carry me go, make kuma water carry me go, make it carry me go. If the time you say this love way I can't take a let you down, they don't feel like I'm lying. The feeling that I got is true. In my mind every day now you don't risk it to flush it down. We chillin' now, we flexing now. Why it be say every time that you kissing me, my bitter just to sweet me eye. Why it be say every time that you shaking in my thickness just to feel me eye. Why it be say every time when I think about you, my head just evaporate. I calculate, think you sweet like chocolate. I gonna take you to the riverside, any books I give back out. Oh, they don't say that papi got you, they don't say that papi got the bills. I gonna take you to the riverside, any books I give back out. They don't say that papi got you, they don't say that papi got the bills. That's how you say this love way I can't take a let you down. They don't feel like the lie. The feeling that I got is true. In my mind every day now you don't risk it to flush it down. We chillin' now, we flexing now, we ballin' now. We've been chillin' now, I've been chillin' with my baby, we've been blowing now, we've been blowing now, we've been flexing now, we've been chillin' now, I've been chillin' with my baby, we've been blowing now, we've been blowing now, we've been chillin' now. I get my check, got you.
Wow, amazing, amazing audience. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This particular track, you can find this song on all his social media platforms. He's going to be revealing them to us by the end of this show, so you can go there, download it. This is just a tip of the iceberg in what you find on his social media platform. And as we go on, briefly, I'm going to show you some of amazing other songs that he collaborated with other people. Now, what inspired you with this song?
True feelings. I got the inspiration of this song from this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
From this. There was a day I was just like going
I
through
love
a
that.
thought. So when I was like going through this thought, I realized that I could write something through this chord. So that was when I was like, you're the woman of my dreams, baby. The only one I love, baby. The only one I need, baby. Baby. Come on in and let me take all the lead, baby. You sleeping on my knees, baby. So I'm on you, baby. Baby. If they tell you say this love way I get it gonna let you down, tell them say no lie, them lie. The feeling that I got is true. In my mind every day now you don't risk it to flash it down.
Oh, oh, oh,
So I was
oh
more
my
like,
God. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, bless you. You are what they say full package. Full package. That's also good. You can play guitar as well and
Yeah,
sing.
yeah. I
Uh,
love this. I didn't tell you about this. I wanted you to see this like a surprise. I want you.
Hey, thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, that's so sweet. With the guitar, love it. Yeah. Oh, I wish I'm that lucky person that you will just be singing to. Must be lucky. Oh. Hey. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing this part with us. Now, there's something I have seen. I went through your social media platform, and when somebody is coming on the show, I kind of play some detective,
Okay.
spy, see what is going on, and I found out something really amazing, and I want the
Awesome.
audience to know that part of you. I
Okay.
noticed something about collaboration.
Okay.
I noticed something about working together as a team. Like you had a lot of collaboration, and whereas some people find it difficult to find who to trust them to collaborate with, and
Yeah.
I saw a lot of your people. You've collaborated with them. I'm like, when I saw all this, so many of them, I'm like, this guy getting the vibe of someone who is a team player, someone who likes to bring people together. Am I right to think like that?
Yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right to think like that because I believe in everybody, every human being on this planet. I believe in them. Yeah. So when I'm in the studio, when I listen to these guys sing, I'm
Mm,
always moved like Alpha bro, you have this vibe. Come on, if we come together, don't you feel like we can do something to put out there for the people to listen to? And if they have the same vibe with me and they'll say, yeah, bro, it's good. Like the song I did with Kerberry. Kerberry is a very good friend of mine. We've been into this game for since we came to Europe. We've been struggling with the game. And we're
mm.
hoping that one day the world is going to hear our voice. So we're in the studio, the
Amen.
song
It
like
was
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen to that. I
So a
can't
day
wait when you guys will call me and say, Mama, can you come? I'm shutting down the stadium and I want you to be there.
it happens.
I'm waiting because it will happen.
No,
You will
it happens.
when you get there. Mm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was in my house like the song I did with Kerberry. I
Mm.
was in my house one evening when he showed up and I had this beat playing, the beat of the song. And when he come, this that kind of person that have the same vibes with you. And he was
Mm.
like vibing on the song. I told him, guy, that song I don't really write on top of. Not to go vibe, let that song into your head. He was like, then let's do it. Something. That was when, I brought the chorus and he took it with his verse, and that was how it happened. When you have it in you, it's always very easy. But
Yeah, yeah,
there are
yeah.
some other people when you meet them that you want to collaborate with them, they are too big.
Mm.
We have some very big human beings and small people like us. We love to gain our small lane in our capacity. So when
Mhm.
I meet these big people, I say, bro, sorry, you're too big for me. Oh, I won't be able. So the people you see I've collaborated with them so far are people who have the same vibe with me and see things from my perspective, the same way I see things. You
Mhm.
understand?
And there's something I want to quickly throw in there. You see,
Yeah.
being big, I know you said it metaphorically, big,
Yeah.
yeah, because you are big yourself. You see,
Yeah.
there's something about being great. You know,
Yeah.
great is being great spiritually, not
Yeah.
not about the million followers people get. There are some
Yeah.
people they make great music, but people don't get impacted. So it's always good to understand, and I love that you understand that. Okay, maybe you don't want to collaborate with me, but let me just maintain my lane, you know and also, I found you.
Yeah.
So you see, I always tell people, your gift, keep maintaining it, keep
Yeah.
being persistent. Your gift will always make a way for you.
Yeah.
People will find you. Sometimes if you don't understand this, you are busy looking for who is following me. Oh, I hope everybody's following me.
Yeah.
No, just focus more, channel that energy on building what you are building.
Yeah.
I tell you, Omo, like you said, like you always say Omo. I said, yeah, you're Omo, you know. So Omo, they will follow you. They will be looking for you. They'll be saying, who will be that guy? So if I can find you, anyone out there will find you. It shows that you are doing great thing, and your gift will continue to make way for you. Okay, there'll be a time, listen, there'll be a time people will be looking for you, not you looking for them. So the Kelberry song, that one is on replay on my phone, is on replay, because I love it so much. Audience, I want to take a look at this one. A short clip, I'm going to play it shortly. You can always watch it later, but just listen to this.
Baby, you can feel this thing where I want to. Tell me you can feel this thing where I want to. Baby, you can love me too. Tell me you gon' like. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. Yeah, you know I give you my love. I take all my heart, I give you my love. Tell me what you feeling, cause I'm feeling too good right now. Call me Mr. Billy, cause I'm looking too good right now. She want me up and she want me to feel it, so I give her the star. Nobody only pass, nobody feels time, so I get down and pass. So no, she want me to feel it, so I get in the flow. So I put her for my feelings. She want me to know, no. She want me to feel it. So when I put her for my feeling, I give her my put her my feeling.
Guys, this song is lit for me. I don't know about you. This song is, when I'm listening, I love the way your moves, the way you guys just moves. Slow and steady, the moves. I got it ready, feeling. Oh, these guys are killing it. Oh, guys, Chineke God, Biko, bless them. Let the world hear this voice. You guys are great. Listen, you guys are great. Okay, you guys are great. The two of you combined together. How was the experience? Anyway, you've said briefly about how you decided to come up and really hit. Kelberry is another great, just like you said, is a great artist with great potential, just like
Yeah.
this. Two of you coming together is amazing. And I also saw something that looking at being collaborating with others. There's this one you play with with your Cameroonian people. Let me hear.
First time entertainment. With them boys music. We a big fella, let's all the coco to my back full of wakamani chan shoes, wakandolo, 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 we a big fella, let's all the coco to my back full of wakamani.
Amazing. We are Big Belle. Where was it shot?
It was shot in the city of Kumba and Buya.
Okay. It looks like you guys had great fun.
Yeah.
I can go on all day how great you are, how amazing you are. Looking at everything that has happened in your life, like from what you shared to us, I'm sure there's more, but we just looked at it from a narrow space. And looking at everything in the middle and now, what would you say has been your most challenging?
The most challenging part I've ever experienced in my life is I can see the journey from Africa to Europe through the Sahara Desert.
Oh,
because
really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you went through the Sahara Desert.
yeah. I can say that's the most challenging part because it was the music that motivated the journey. So if I want to talk about the, you understand. So if I want to talk about the most challenging part I've got in my life or in my career, I can
Hmm.
say the Sahara Desert or the journey from through the deserts to Europe. You understand? Because it was the
You,
music that motivated the journey, and the journey caused me a lot of pains. You know, that was where you see a fellow African brother selling you to an Arab person for just a couple of dinars so that you will be kidnapped and you'll be kept and you will be tortured on a daily basis and ask your family back home to send money before they release you. Unlawful kidnapping. You understand? Like where I was in Libya, when I got to Libya, I entered Libya through the city of Saba. So when I got to Saba, we were sold by a Yoruba man, an African brother that looks like me, the same complexion, sold me to these Arab people. And just for a couple of dinars, not even 1,000 dinars. If you want to convert this 1,000 or 2,000 dinars to naira, it's not equivalent to 200,000 naira. They sold a whole complete human being like me. So we were there with these people, and they were beating us on a daily basis, calling our parents, our people back home to pay the ransom. And if your people don't pay, you get a hell. But so lucky for me, my gift, my singing gift, have always been making way for me. Nobody came to my rescue. Most of my friends that we were kidnapped together, their relatives paid their money and they left the place. I was there stuck in there. But on a daily basis, I always be singing my songs until they gave me a name in the choir master. They were calling me choir master because of the singing, and due to this, I had some kind of favor in the eyes of these oppressors. If they want to beg people, they will tell me to pass this way. They will not touch me through the music. So we were there. I was locked in that place for 7 months. We eat at times once a day. At times, if they get angry, they will give us food once in 2 days. There was a
wow.
point in there I even wish I could even die,
Oh,
but it didn't happen. I wish maybe the UN could just come with their jet plane and bomb everywhere and take everybody back to their original countries. It never happened. Everything I wished in there didn't happen. I had to suffer it one day after the other till 7 months, and they opened the gates to me one day and say, "Leave."
wow, wow, wow.
So when I got here, I used to tell my friends that if you are listening to me, you have people back home who are planning to come to Europe through that route. It's not advisable because at times if we tell those our brothers back home that don't use this road to come, they'll feel that maybe it's because we have come to Europe we are enjoying. We don't want them to come and enjoy just like us. But they fail to know that what we are saying is real.
It's
That's
real,
whole.
and some people have passed away. Some people died in the
What are you
process.
talking about? What are you
Hmm.
talking? When you talk about die, can I count people who I knew in the road, people that were working together that had to. It's a journey, survival of the fittest. It's not that when they explain it to people through words, you just say, "Hey, it happened like this happened." If you should experience it or you watch it through the TV like a movie, you understand what I'm talking about. For somebody to die is not a big deal. You die tomorrow. It's not a big deal. Steve is dead. It's not a big deal in Libya. Steve is no more. It's not a big deal. Maybe a
Wow.
couple of friends who were close to you could just share some tears. At time, most of the time, nobody even cries because you are in the middle of nowhere.
They're immune to it. They used to seeing
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So we lost a lot of brothers. Some people go mad. Those who could not handle it mentally. Some people go mad in the prison. Some people died in the prison. Some people came out and died. Some people they were injured in a way that they could not even see when they got out. And so lucky we were there from the beginning to the end, and we came out safely. Nothing
Wow.
happened to us. So
Wow.
me, I used to tell my friends, you might not be lucky like I was.
Yes.
You saying that, Steve, what about you? You went there, you didn't have any money, they didn't pay for you, but you made it through. I'm Steve. You are John. You are Peter. You are
Exactly.
you are not
Wow.
Steve. What if you enter the road and the things didn't happen to you the way it happens to
The
me?
way it
What are
happened to Steve, yeah.
people died? Even Lampa, those balloons they used to cross through Italy, the whole Lampa would get burst. You see like 200 people died. At time when we were close to the seaside, they used to come and carry us to go and bury people who died in the sea, and the sea will wash them outside. You go, you see dead bodies more than 100 close to the sea. So those Arab people will give us small money. We just dig one small hole.
Oh,
Their own is finished. Their own is finished. Maybe your parents back home they're hoping that maybe you are still alive. You are dead.
wow.
You are not coming back. Women, there's no discrimination about dying in that river. Women with pregnancy get died. Little children, everybody that can die in the river. No mercy.
Mm.
Anybody, somebody, people who killed people in Africa and entered this road, some of them made it to Europe, but innocent people died in the river. You know, when
In the
you get into
process.
this road,
Mm.
when you get into this road, you see another side of life that you have not seen it before. Yeah, another side of life. People, I've seen where a woman with 9 month pregnancy died close to bed. I've seen where a little child died.
Oh my God.
Anybody can die
Now,
anyhow.
now, now, now I can see where there was one video you went on live to talk about. I don't know if you remember me commenting on it. I think that was what I saw, and then I got in touch with you. You remember when I said that I'd like you to come on the show? There
Yeah.
was this thing you're talking about. I mean, I watch your Facebook and the things that you say, the things that you write. Now I can see where they're all coming from. That the things you that make me so. You see, when you've seen life, it
Mhm.
wises you up. It makes you
Yeah.
wise. It
Yeah.
wisens you up. There's no doubt. Looking at you, you're a very young man, but the things that comes out of you is like fire.
I'm a child.
You know, you're
I'm
a
a child
child
that
with
life
with
wants me
with,
to
with
grow up.
fire. With your words are words that hit. You know, it gets through like a sword in a very big way that it will get people to think.
Mhm.
Wow, wow. You see, guys, you're learning now. You see, Steve B that you've seen today. Is it Steve B or Steve BI?
Steve B. The
Steve
B
B.
stands for bride.
Bright.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you hear his amazing music. You see him write. You see him talk. Now you can see that it all was shaped by his experience, by his journey in life. And that is why I do what I do. Maybe you are watching also and you have something amazing you think you want to talk about. Come and share it. Now, what would you say? Now, before I ask you there's something that I was going through the social media and something pop up about a Cameroonian called the name CY, international comedian, talking about artists being banned, foreign artists being banned in Cameroon,
Okay.
especially Nigerian artists. Why is that? I said when you come on the show, I'm going to ask you as a Cameroonian, do you
Yeah.
know this guy? And why is he? Why is it? Is it jealous or what? Or is it that Cameroonians are not doing well? So, what do you think is going on with this guy?
Well, the situation about CY International asking for foreign music to be banned in Cameroon, or rather playing 80% of Cameroon music and just 20% foreign musics, especially Nigerian music, because he's precise when it comes to this. To me, when I look at the whole situation, it's like nine is being written on the floor, and
Mm,
the person standing at the other side normally sees six, while the person standing at the other side sees nine.
mm,
Cameroon, especially us, the English part of Cameroon, you remember we were part of Nigeria some
yes.
years behind, and so we have these difficulties in really recognizing where we belong. Now they took us and joined the French part of Cameroon. So see why talking about bounding these songs is because to him our artists don't get the recognition or the profit from music as they are supposed to be getting. But to me, it's not the best way to go about it, because I see it much more of like spreading hate than
mm,
making your point heard. Because
yeah,
you talking about criticizing every Nigerian artist coming to Cameroon, to me is wrong.
mm,
The other day Naramali came, you criticize him. The other day Whiskey came, you criticize him. The other day Patoran came just like 2 or 3 days ago. You also criticize that. You will see why, as in the see why you're talking about, he has nothing to gain. He's not an artist. You
mm,
understand? But me
yeah,
as an artist, when you are doing those stuff, a day I might be going to UK and I hook up with one of these Nigeria guys, and I was like, these people are bigger than us in the music industry. There's no way
mm,
we can talk about it. That's just the truth about it. If you listen to their sound, these guys have gone too far, and you can't compete with them. You understand? You talking
mhm,
about bounding them or no? To me, I see that like spreading hate. It's
yeah,
better for us to figure a way out, to move with our brothers and
yeah,
see how we can get our voice heard through our music. But trying to say we should bound the songs, to me, it's not the best way to go about it, because
yeah, yeah,
me
okay, sure.
and Nigeria, I look at Nigeria people like part of me, even though it's not Nigerians. You guys are full of yourself. It's not your fault. It's a good thing to be full of yourself, to have this confidence. So if somebody looks at that like a bad thing for someone to be full of his or herself, it's wrong. Being full of yourself is like you have taken your life into your hands, and you know that you are capable of doing anything, and that's Nigerians for you. But most of some other African countries, they get this thing twisted. They are like, Nigerians think only about themselves. Nigeria want all of their songs to be heard. Nigeria. No,
Mm,
that's not the point. These people are confident because they took a whole lot of time to build this. In those days, Cameroon songs were booming, Makosa, in those days. And these songs were played in Nigeria.
a
In
lot. I
those
remember
days,
that song, Makosa. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, in
yeah.
those days, Awilo from Congo,
Mm,
this guy was booming the whole of Africa, and these songs were played in Nigeria. In those days, Coupé de Calais from Cote d'Ivoire was topping the chart in Africa, and it was also played in Nigeria. And all of a sudden, Nigeria, their turn has come, and they have grounded it. They have they have done all kind of things with their time. This is their time, and they handle it well than you
mm,
guys. You understand? Because if you look at their videos, you listen to their beats and you listen to their sound. This guy, they mean business. So you can't just use your hate to fight somebody's hard work. It's hard work. I've been in this field. I know what it takes to do a video.
yeah.
This guy go to different countries just to shoot video. Put in this hard work, bring good songs, and you will not force people to play. People will naturally play, because music is the food of the soul. Music is more spiritual. You can't just go because you're a Cameroonian and you hit band, bagba, bagba, you expect Cameroonians to hear because you are from Cameroon. No,
Mm,
I will
mm,
listen to Whiskey because
mm,
it gives me good melody. If you don't sing
yeah.
something that I love, I will not listen
I
to
will not
you.
listen. Yeah, exactly.
That's the truth about it.
Exactly, and I wanted you to say something to this because personally, like just like you said, talking about banning someone who you think, oh, maybe they're full of themselves is breeding hate. You know,
Yeah,
I think personally the way to look at this is literally when you see someone who you think is doing or ahead of something that you are doing or they are doing better, the best thing is to actually try and collaborate with them. Oh,
yeah, that's true.
be part of like ask them like, how can I come in? Like try and collaborate with the person that you know has it more than you or
Yeah,
knows it better than you. Or instead of talking about hate, all you can do
yeah,
is how can we work with this Nigerian artist?
yeah,
How can we like work with them so we can tap into those things? Maybe how do they do that? How what do they do to keep them going, to keep them strong?
yeah,
Instead of say let's because banning them obviously shows that it's not the best way forward. The best way I think personally is to think about okay, these people, just like we said again, if you think that they're full of themselves or they feel that they're too big, maybe it's because of their hard work. Maybe it's
yeah.
because by the time you
No,
work so hard to achieve
no, what
something. Mm.
No, sorry to cut you short. What he's saying
No,
is
it's
he
okay.
has a point. I know what he's trying to do or what he's trying to say. He has a point because
Okay.
before Nigerian music got to where it is today, there was a time Nigeria also passed through the same thing. They had to ban America songs. They have to ban foreign songs. But
Okay.
now the difference between Nigeria and Cameroon in this aspect is because it's like when Nigeria were on this journey of banning foreign contents, they were preparing their melodies on the ground. They were
Mm,
preparing, they were working so that immediately we ban this foreign content, we have something to feed our people with. You can't say you want to bound songs, you want to bound foreign. What are we going to listen to after you ban? Okay, good, bound the songs. After
yeah,
bounding them, come and
yeah,
tell
yeah,
me what I'll
exactly.
listen.
Replace it with something.
Replace,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, replacement.
Replace it. Yeah.
Today you think about bomb bomb. Tomorrow the other guys think about bomb bomb. Another day have
Mm.
topics. Have different kind of artists.
Inspiration.
You
We
understand?
have to be
One good thing I love
creative.
about Nigeria,
You have to be
yeah,
creative. Yeah.
inspiration. One good thing I love about Nigeria is when a new artist, yes, when a new artist is coming up, they look at this guy. What kind of vibe does this person have? And they brown this person according to his vibe. But in my own part of the country or part of the way I'm from, no. Everybody wants to do this the same thing. Everybody
Mm,
wants to do this the same thing that this one is doing. And it doesn't work for everyone. If it works for A, it doesn't mean it's going to work for B. You
mm,
understand? We have to get different vibe in Nigeria now. You want to hear Rema, you listen to Rema, but you want to hear Davido, this guy with Burna Boy, they have different kind of vibes.
yeah,
Before you want to
different
talk
vibes.
about
Yeah.
that, that's another thing. Then Nigeria, we are talking about 200 million people.
Mm, mm,
Just to begin with, look at the business strategy. 200 million people. You are selling your songs to 200 million people, and you are selling your songs just to 28 million people, and most of that 28 million people are French speaking people who doesn't relate
mm.
to what you are singing. There's
Yeah,
nothing to compare about. To
yeah.
me, to me, let's come together. And Cameroon and Nigeria, these people, we speak the same language, which is English. They are part of Cameroon, not the
Yeah.
French part.
Mm.
Remember. So let's try to mingle with our English speaking brothers from Nigeria who are doing the same thing we are doing, and try to see how we can move on together. It's
Yeah,
not
even,
like trying to
even,
split
even
our
with the, even with the French speaking too, even with this French speaking, they can collaborate. Where's this guy? I think Flavor sang with one.
yeah,
What's this?
yeah. Mr.
Somebody
Leo. Mr.
Diamond
Leo.
with one
No,
guy called,
Diamond is from Tanzania. But Flavor have a song with Mr. Leo, and this guy is from my part of Cameroon.
So yeah, so even if an artist, maybe you watch it right now and you don't speak English, it doesn't matter. All you
It
need, you
doesn't
can
matter. Music
is
is
you
not a
can
language.
you
Music is
can
not a
speak your
language.
own in the song. Everybody will speak their own. You know, that is what the beauty of it. It's even beautiful.
Yeah,
Anyway, I just thought we should I wanted to have your own opinion on
yeah.
that.
That's my own.
And
Yeah.
so now, generally, now bringing everything to coming to an end now,
Okay.
what would be your advice to anyone who are still searching for their purpose in life, and especially in the music industry? What would you advise them? What
Okay.
would be
My
your message to the world?
my first advice to anyone out there who is trying to break through in his or her career, it might not be only music. We
Yes.
have different kind of careers out there. Is take
Mm,
away resentment from your mind. Resentment is a situation meanwhile you feel like you have not been treated well in the past. Resentment is something that kills your dreams, because now looking at these guys who are blowing now, and you look at yourself that why am I not getting the same attention, that I'm not being treated well. You have to take away resentment, because first of all, once you love what you are doing, like me, I'm doing music, I'm putting my music out there. If you care, you listen to it, or you care, you don't listen to it. There's one thing about me. I want to be proud on my deathbed. Being proud on my
mm,
deathbed in the sense of everything I love, I did it with my life.
wow, wow.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. It doesn't No matter if I got the attention, it's my duty, it's my work to write song. It's not my work to
Mm,
fix your toxicness, or how can I even put it? It's not my duty to force my song on you. My duty is just to write songs and sing
mm.
it in the
And
studio
sing it.
and put it
Mm.
out there. If it's the duty of the world to listen to my song, and if the world doesn't pay me back, there's nothing for me to be mad about it or feel bad that I've not been treated well by the
Mm.
world, because what God have given to me, I brought it out in full skill and in
Wow.
complete involvement. You understand? Even if I have to go to the studio today, I will not think that my last song didn't do well. I will still go and do what I'm supposed to do. So if you're in any career, this is just the only thing that needs to keep you motivated. Will you
Yes.
be proud on your deathbed? What you are doing, are you doing it because you really love it, or you are doing it because people are getting cash out of it? If you are doing it because people are getting cash out of it, there's a point, at a point you get fed up once you don't have it. But if you are doing this thing, like me, like I take my guitar, sit out there, start playing my songs, I'm okay, I'm feeling perfectly fine. That's because I'm doing something that I love. So if you are
Mm.
doing something that you love and you don't have the same energy that you are putting in, the world is not giving it back to you, don't bother yourself.
Wow.
Just keep on
Amazing.
doing it. Something that's meant to happen will always find a
Will
way to
happen.
happen.
Find a way to happen. Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing,
yeah.
Steve. This is a very big advice. Like, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your great words. Thank you for feeding the soul with your music. You
Yeah,
know,
thank
thank you so much for everything that you are. I've learned so much from you. You are such a man that people can take and learn it greatly from. So thank you so much, Steve.
you.
Stay there. I'll be right back. Just stay there.
Okay.
Now, audience, I don't know about you. Now, listen, this guy, Steve B, is such an, I mean, he's not just a great artist, but a great man full of wisdom. See, being great is not only when you're on big time, big screen television, the whole world watching you, that means you are great, or that you are famous, or that you might be famous, but you are not great. Being great is able to make an impact in people's lives. Being a great man is when you are able to apply the knowledge, experience, learn in the process of life, and use it in a wisdom form. Because having wisdom, being able to use wisdom, is when you are able to apply the knowledge that you have learned, because that is the application of knowledge. So he has really greatly, he has said things. You know his story. Now you know the beauty behind every comment that you see him make on social media, every word that he said. He didn't copy it, but they were all shaped by his life story, by his life journey, which I don't know about you, but I'm privileged to hear that side of his story. No wonder people have read some of his comments, some of the comments on his social media platform, whenever he posts, they say the man that spilled fire, the man that talked fire. Now I can see where they're all coming from. That he is a man, his words are like fire. It goes out there and do what it's supposed to do. So, audience, thank you so much. Before we go, I'm going to bring it back to tell us where we can find it, all the social media platform, okay? Now, Steve, how can people find you?
If you want to get my songs on YouTube, you can just type Steve B. You get my
Yes.
songs there. On Facebook, if you want to get my page, Steve B official page. On TikTok, Steve B Mood. On Twitter, Steve B Mood. And any other platform, if you want to get my song, is just Steve B with a B-I. Steve with a B-I. Any
Mm,
platform, Steve B, and the title of the song that you want to listen to. If you want to listen to True Feelings, Steve B, True Feelings on any platform, be it Tinder, you can mention it. But my songs are on all platforms. All.
all platforms.
Yeah.
Thank you. Audience, go there and follow him. Listen, go there and follow, go and support this great artist, okay, who have shared his amazing story for you. It's a privilege that you're able to learn. There's something I picked. There's something I picked from him. He says, no matter what we are doing in life today, you know, what would you say to yourself on your dying bed? Would you say, I have done what I love to do? Or would you say, you should have, or should have, would have fulfilled my dream? So think about that. One of the profound words I've taken from Steve B today. What will I say on my dying bed? Did I achieve what I wanted? Or was I running after people's destiny and not my own destiny? Thank you so much, audience. If this is your first time of tuning into this channel, I want to say thank you. And if you are a continued guest, if you've left us a comment, thank you so much for being a part. And thank you so much for supporting us. You can find us on all major social media platforms. On YouTube, if you are watching me right now on YouTube, please do subscribe and leave us a comment. What do you think about my guest? And don't forget to subscribe and press that notification button. So whenever I come up with another amazing artist, you'll be the first to be notified. You can also find us on Facebook, Tina. You can also find us on, maybe watching us on Facebook right now. Go on YouTube. It's called Tina Talks Show, Bridging the Gap. You're on Facebook, it's Tina Talk Show. You can also find us on Instagram, Tina Talk Show. Maybe you have a story to share. You don't have to be an artist. Do get in touch with us, and we would do our best to make sure the world hear about you. Thank you so much. And like I said, don't forget to leave us a comment, okay? And bye for now.